Morning guys, welcome to day 13 of lockdown 2. Today I'm getting on with a few more jobs on the van. For those of you that are new to this channel, basically this is my lockdown daily vlogs on my van build of my T5 transporter campervan. And basically each day I just do a summary video of all the things I've been getting on with that day. So there's often more than one job. And it shows the nitty-gritty, the little and horrible jobs that if you want to live the van life, unless you've got the money to go out and buy a van, if you want to convert your own, these are the things you have to do. Now if you're looking for real how-to videos, it's probably not the place, although you'll still learn a few things and learn how not to do a few things. But anyway guys, let's get going. So the first thing I've done today is this unit that's been knocking about for a while. It's actually been used as my workbench, but it was given to me, it was about to go to the skip, and this is proper recycling. Alright, there's some nice fancy ornate wood that gets recycled from time to time, but this sort of stuff normally goes to the tip. However, I noticed this was a bit heavier than the usual stuff, so I thought I'd give it a go. You know, some people use recycled pallet wood, etc. I've bit of a view on that. It's okay if you've got an old broken pallet that's not blue, then yeah, use it, but don't take a perfectly good pallet that can go back into the supply chain and use 100% and then hack it up, realize how difficult they are to take apart, break a few bits and just cherry pick a few bits of wood. That's not really helping recycle, because you're still going to burn the other half. But these things, so what have I done? Well, first of all, this bar down the front was, like you can see there's one at the back there, was the second one across the back, and I've put it down the front, and that'll be the catch. When you go around a corner in a camper van, everything goes flying, and I plan on keeping a few things down there, kitchen items or whatever, especially pots and pans or whatever. This shelf was the base, so that's come out. I've drilled a couple of holes again either side and used the screws it came with to put it back in. They're like a screw bolt, they're really good with an Allen head. This will sit up against, the batteries will go almost up to the wall. They will be framed in and then ratchet strapped down. I need to look at how to do that, or how's easiest to do that in this van. Then they'll actually sit behind this unit, and there'll be a space behind this unit where I will build a frame. And the electrics will be on the wall above the batteries over there, which will be accessible through the back of this. So I shall put a false panel via 4 blocks, a false panel that slots in, that can pull out to access the electrics when I need to. So that's recycling of this unit. That's what I've been doing so far this morning. And I forgot to say, I've got a Zinza shellac paint primer that goes fine onto this sort of material, like kitchen cupboard material, veneer, plastic, and then allows you to paint it how you want. I won't be keeping it in that colour, although it has come out quite clean. I want it to fit in more with the colour scheme of my van. These are the original ply-lined wheel arch boxes that came with the van. Now these I'm probably going to put back in, because they will provide a good support for the bed, etc. And then obviously I need to just fill it with some recycled bottle insulation, the top corners and a little bit round, to pad it out. And that would have been a weakness of the van, because wheel arches, that's got 12mm of rubber foam insulation underneath that silver foil. You know, a massive source of heat loss. And as I showed in the end of yesterday's video, my black carpet lining turned up yesterday, which means that I really should be getting on with doing this area here and around, so that I can get that panel fixed to the wall. Obviously I need to vapor barrier behind it. Charges leisure battery from the alternator, charges leisure battery from the solar, runs the consumer items from the alternator, trickle charges back to the starter battery and assists the engine in starting. That's what the CTEK unit is supposed to do. I've installed the CTEK system. Engine's running at the moment, so I can do a test. Although I've got no consumers at the moment, I've just got a service battery. We can see that the code state at the bottom, green is functional on the Smartpass. So down here, green is functional, and this one light there means there's available current for the consumers. And up on the D250, green again means functional, and those two lights there indicate that the service battery is being charged by the alternator. Obviously it can't be charged by the solar panel because it isn't connected or even on the roof yet. I've connected up the battery monitor that I've got, and just something to put a load on. All this will be featured in a proper video at some point. The battery's showing its state of charge. The load for that little camera's coming off it. And the percentage of battery charged is about 90-odd%. Occasionally, another little amber light flashes down there to say it's trickle charging the engine battery, which is great that it flicks the power back that way. Okay, so I'm going to go round and start the engine and see how that affects things. Okay, so that's settled down. Now the lights on the top one indicate that the CTEK D250SE is working fine. That's the green light, and the two amber lights, the service battery is being charged by the alternator, so that's sending power straight from the engine battery straight through to my two batteries there. And on the bottom one, the green light indicates it's functioning fine, and the single amber light indicates the current from the alternator to the consumers. The service battery is charged by the D250SE, and so current from the alternator is also going through to the consumers, which is just a couple of items like this. The battery monitor uses little, also this other little CCTV monitor and camera. That's what's currently being used. Now if I switch over to my battery monitor, you notice it's gone up to 15.1 volts, and the charge is 2.7 amps. And the thing is, those batteries are 90-odd% full, so it's only going to send them a low charge at this stage. Now over the next few days I will let those leisure batteries run down a little bit, not too much, but run down a little bit, say to 60-70%, and then I'll charge from the alternator and see what difference that makes, because when the battery level is as high as it is, it doesn't want to do full steam charging. So there's my little test setup for the moment. I am going to isolate it overnight just in case there's something wrong, something loose. Don't want to cause a problem, so I'm going to isolate the system from the start battery just overnight. Okay, now I'm going to turn the engine off and see how it goes back. Okay, so it's now switched back. There we go, just indicating that the service batteries are providing the load to the consumers via the Smartpass, and that amber light there is indicating that's what's happening. And that's the current state of the batteries. And we're losing 0.4 of an amp. Okay, so I'm happy with the amount of stuff I've got done today. As I've already said, I will show a full breakdown of the CTEK working, and I'll put it for a variety of tests. I'll put the inverter onto it, powering something, and once those batteries are down to a decent level, like a well-used level, then I'll put them on charge and we'll see what sort of ampage the starter battery chucks through at them and how long it takes them to get back up to 100%. So a full test coming up in the next few days. Got plenty of other jobs to do. Looking around. Right guys, as always, appreciate you watching. Thanks very much.